think one of the biggest things that I've known about Houston is probably the Houston, Texas, the famous NFL team. What people are not talking about in Houston are 304s running wild in this old hot girl summer situation. A lot of them are getting STDs left and right because of their lavish lifestyles, as you could say. But I think the thing that really scares me about going into dating in 2024 or 5, if I found someone, is that when you get to know somebody, you have to know their past because the past matter. Not only that, their body counts also. You don't want to date a woman who has a higher body count. That's probably the worst thing that a guy can do. And the fact that she has an OnlyFans too, which says a lot about you being a simp that you are. And we were just talking about this last week during Sunday school. The way that society is right now, you know, I've explained the word simp in my Sunday school class. They have no idea what I was talking about. The guy in my class said it, and I even said it as well. And at least they understood it. But they also give some actual facts about that story as well. But that's a story for another time. We're talking about women in Houston giving each other the nasty goods because of these parties and big events and whatnot. And it's so obvious to me that I'm not surprised by the women in Houston. And it's just that it's everywhere around the globe. But to me, I live in DC. I'm from DC, born and raised here. DC has the most STD rates in America because the way people are out here going crazy, screwing up their lives and getting people pregnant left and right, it's like y'all would rather be baby mothers than wait before you marry and then carry. But I guess some people just fall in love quick. They just can't help but to have sex. And once they pop the baby out, then what? So, shout out to this content creator. I know I've made like a long intro, but I just want to get my thoughts and opinions on it. So let's get to the video.
This is really bad. So I had a threesome last night. And I can't remember who it was with. So I've woken up in the Airbnb this morning and she's gone. The third's gone. And for the life of me, I remember doing it, but I can't remember who she is. And I'm pretty positive, like 99% sure she's going to be at a really big event that I'm going to today.
Your soul was already taken away, man. You had a threesome last night. You was probably drunk and high, didn't know what you was getting yourself into. And I'm gonna need y'all to understand something. If you meet somebody, can you at least try not to have sex before y'all like take it to the next level? But it just seems like she had a threesome. She woke up the next morning, then she was gone. And she's going to be in an event, a bigger event. So that should tell me everything I need to know about the hot girl culture. You already sold your soul. You should have thought about that before you decided to do it. And now you're going to end up catching the you know what because of your sexual activity. So, too late for that, mama.
Child, what? Y'all better close them legs up in Houston, cause child. That's the video, child. Y'all be careful out there in Houston and any other surrounding areas of Houston. Please be careful, child, because the way it's looking, ooh, child, is outbreak. God bless y'all.
That's crazy.
In Atlanta ain't no better. Anywhere there's a big city of like partying, there's gonna be high cases of HIV. Any city, New York, LA, Houston, anywhere, choose God way and stay out the way. You ain't gonna have to worry about burning, itching, migraines, all these side effects that come with these diseases. You ain't have to worry about none of that when you just stay pure. Fellas.
I like what she said. If you stay away from that lifestyle, you'll stay disease-free without scratching your body, worrying about having one disease that is not curable. If you stay away from that lifestyle, you'll be good. And I like the fact that she said that Atlanta is no better either. Because I know damn well Atlanta has the most highest rates of STD cases everywhere in that city. And to be honest with you, Atlanta is not a good city in my opinion when it comes to like black-owned food businesses, the dating cultures, and everything about that city is just it's kind of bad to me basically. But she also broke down some cities that also deals with STD rates like New York or whatever city that has the most cases. And when you think about it, the more I think about life, the more blessed I am to not have dealt with some stuff like this in my life. So if I ever come across someone who has a nasty past, I'm backing away. Because I don't want you to put my life and my health in danger where I can even catch it and die from it if there's no cure. So my advice to anybody that is traveling somewhere, be careful of what you do. Because summer is full of freaks when they come out at night. You know exactly what happens when it goes down. So, just saying.
The CDC has just reported that within the state not even the states, the city of Houston, the CDC reported there has been a total of 42,000 cases.
Oh my God.
STD cases within 1 week. That's kind of disturbing. Not kind of. That's
it's scary enough.
42,000
42,000 STD cases, yo. Okay, how can I put this in a different light without being all upset and coming on? This is what happens when you live a certain lifestyles. Because if you live a certain lifestyle knowing full well that nobody is gonna understand why you do what you do, and you expect them to just accept your bad choices without taking any accountability for your actions. This is the result I'm talking about. I mean, I've heard about stuff like this in the past when I covered this on YouTube, but I didn't think that it was going to get way worse by having 42,000 cases. It ain't just women are doing this, it's men too. It's like nobody is having their thinking cap on and not robbing their thing up, and women are not closing their legs. People think that America is a free country. Fine, it is, but you need to understand that the choices you make are the choices are going to stick with you for the rest of your life. Come on, man, stop the cap.
STDs rate in Houston are out of control. Lord has mercy on them.
Now, I don't live in Houston or nothing, but I've been seeing this topic about HIV being going crazy out there. Like, it's so bad that somebody that work at a hospital got on TikTok crying about the people that she done told that they got HIV. Y'all need to be careful out here, for real.
Yeah.
Like, yes, in Texas, but I just think about all the people that live in my city that didn't went to Houston for a trip. Everybody laying down with everybody and doing what they doing, unprotected, not knowing nothing. Pray that you don't catch that clap, because I haven't catch that clap. I haven't caught that clap. I just caught that stuff you could get rid of. I haven't caught the clap yet, though. Thank God, by the grace of God. Thank you, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want that clap. I done had that clap, but I don't want the clap. You know what I'm saying? I done had gloomy.
Because they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn who they give STDs to, because they think just because they're 304s, they were brought up in a ghetto, they listen to Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Sexy Red, Gorilla. They rap about their coochie and their booty hole being brown and stuff. Look at Sexy Red, for example. She has an STD because of her spicing up her career. And how kid you not, there was a leaked sex tape of her giving a BJ to her baby daddy. So that should tell you everything you need to know about the music industry and the black culture itself. Are just it's worse. It's gotten worse. It's like they listen to those kinds of music and they expect people to just embrace it. What is it to embrace being a 304? Being a 304 is not going to get you anywhere, Mom. Sometimes in life, you have to know when to say enough is enough. You're not going to live this lifestyle any longer. Because STDs are just as bad as cancer and COVID-19. You can die from those diseases. But the best way to avoid those things, don't have sex, wear a mask if you have it, if you're sick. Most importantly, wash your filthy hands. Take a shower, brush your teeth, and live a healthy lifestyle to avoid those type of actions. If you want a good man, be honest with him. Don't play these stupid games until you find out the truth. And then you want to play victim. You know you did wrong, and you need to take accountability, and now you have to lie in it. So don't even give me that BS excuse talking about some, oh, he shouldn't worry about my past. My past doesn't matter. Body counts shouldn't matter. Yes, it does to them.
Infect me. I let y'all infect me. I'm tired of being infected.
She's a mess. A real mess.
Yeah,
What does
she
she
is.
mean by she's tired of these men infecting her? And she said, word for word, and I quote her, that men chose her to infect. She is talking as if she was singled out by men to be infected. I don't know her name, but if I would talk to her, I would say, ma'am, nobody chose to infect you, okay? You decide to sleep with and have sex with, non-protected with the man that infected you, not the other way around. You could have closed your legs to those men, or you could have required them to wrap it up, but you didn't. And that's why you are infected.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
did
I'm not crying
specifically
because of this
target
video.
you
It's
just to
just
infect you.
allergy issues I'm dealing with. Son's just acting up.
Y'all think this is funny? Ladies, strap up. Because these dudes is disgusting. Disgusting. Yeah, I know
But
y'all
I mean,
think life
wear a
is a
mask.
game.
I'm telling y'all.
Like, but all seriousness, in the past week, I done had several patients coming in finding out that they're HIV positive. And y'all keep making these posts and these jokes, and it's not funny.
At all.
It's ruining people's lives from their early 20s to even as old as 50 years old. Stop playing. It's not funny. It's nothing funny about it.
Shout out to the nurse for the great medical advice. But you know what? I don't give a damn if she say that men need to strap up. All you ladies, you control who has access to your body, which means women decide who they want to sleep with. Your body, your choice, right? Remember? Your body, your choice. We'll run the world, girl. We'll run the world, girl. We'll run the mother. Well, if that's the case, why don't you ladies decide to only sleep with men who wrap it up? So why don't you deny access to your body to men who refuse to strap up? You see, women don't want to do that because that will hold them accountable. And frankly, accountability is women's kryptonite. But women hate accountability. They want to have all the freedoms and all the rights in the world, but they don't want the responsibility that comes along with it.
And you know that you have an STD, then you need to inform people of that.
The caption in this video is kind of wrong to me. It says, Texas woman shares his story about a man knowingly and intentionally give her HSV2. Okay, the grammar is kind of off. You know, it says, no, it should have said, Texas woman shares her story about a man knowingly and intentionally gave her HIV. That's what it should have said. But this, I don't like it. Grammar is off.
And you affect that person. You are changing their life forever, and they are making a decision that they do not know. Like, this shit is going to change the rest of my life. And there's nothing I can do. And I'm embarrassed. And I'm humiliated, and I feel so stupid.
I mean, you did it to yourself,
I
man.
feel so stupid for letting someone take advantage of me in a moment of weakness. But I did not consent to this. And I'm going to get justice for myself. Because there have been so many times in my life where I haven't. And this is not fair.
Yes, I understand that we should not judge people by how they look. But let's be honest here. We are always judging people by how they look. Why do I say that? Hey, it's why. Does this woman look like she was living an exemplary life? A life that some women can emulate? I mean, look at the person she has on her upper lip. Now, pay attention to her neck and shoulder chest tattoos. Does she give you the impression to be a virtuous woman? You see, guys, this is something that I hate about women. She claims she was taken advantage of, and in a moment of weakness.
I don't feel bad for her.
I'm not making fun of her. I'm not downplaying what she's going through either. But she could have avoided being in that situation. How? Option A, by requiring the man she slept with to strap it up. Or option B, by simply closing her legs to that man. But you see, doing either option A or, women hate being held accountable. Because if girls run the world, like Beyonce said, we'll run the world, girl. We'll run the world, girl. We'll run the mother. All you ladies cannot come back here and cry. You cannot run the world like Beyonce said, but play the victim when it hits the fan. You can't have it both ways. Sorry, it doesn't work like that.
Y'all be careful. Just be careful, be careful. Watch who you are allowing to penetrate you. And fellas, stop sticking your wee-wees in everything that you see that look good. Everything that glitters is not gold. Come on now, y'all know this.
Here's the thing, and I want to give you some advice for all of the men that are watching this. Go get checked up. Go get checked out. Go see if you have it. If you don't, great. But if you don't have an STD or STI, make sure that you're wrapping your thing up. Wrap it up. Stop screwing around. Stop having unprotected sex with 304s that don't take care of themselves. And if you're in a relationship, practice safe sex. Use a condom. Condom. The number one weapon of you preventing of getting any types of diseases. Wear a condom. Please wrap it up, y'all.
Cases in 1 week within the city. Not Texas, Houston. That's not a good look. That's a big deal for us. So,
Houston, 42,000 new HIV diagnoses last week. Keep listening to Sexy Red. Bow, bow, bow. Keep listening to the City Girls. See, what they won't tell you, that this is the dark side that comes with this lifestyle that they promote. What Megan Thee Stallion said, I don't want to be saved, don't save me. See, I got enough wisdom to know there are some women who don't want to be saved. They don't want the wisdom, the knowledge, the education. They just want to be picked. They just want to be realized. And I guarantee you, about 70% of those new diagnoses are Gen Z. 27 media and our music
And
our
the black
TV
community
shows
itself.
is ruining a lot of people's lives, and it's demonic, affecting our younger generation, and is causing extreme depression and mental illness. So this is the result of it. These HIV cases, this is the result of it. And I blame the media, the music, and some of these influences.
I called it. Wasn't I just saying 19 minutes ago? How 304 and Hot Girl Summer and Hot Girl culture has had a negative effect in the black community. It ain't just the black communities, it's all communities in general, but I feel like the black community itself is insufferable because of stuff like this. And they wonder why black marriages in America don't last long. They wonder why black women are the least marriage material because of living in hot styles like this. Doing OnlyFans, doing porn is somewhat make them attractive. Not knowing full well that there are more STD rates in America because of people having unprotected sex. When they don't even know each other. They just pick random people and they just go to Pound Town on them. This is one of the main reasons why so many people out here are dying of illness because of stuff like this. And I'm so glad that she broke it down and exposed it. And OnlyFans is just as worse than porn. Hell, OnlyFans models and feminism has caused all of this chaos in the first place. This is what's killing America. OnlyFans, porn, feminism, 304 culture, the lack of accountability. Yeah, that's 10 times worse.
For allowing the enemy to use you to bring people to the pit. Because it's sad. It's sad that this is what your life has come to. Y'all gotta be safe because it has become too accessible through social media.
Yes.
It wasn't that accessible back in the day, 10, 15 years ago. Now, you could just DM a person. You like my picture? I like your picture? Okay, let's link up. That's way too much access and way too fast, and you don't even know that person.
Exactly.
Because where there is wickedness, there's going to be the penalty for sin, the disease for sin. So when I see these little industry plants and the things that they are doing, I'm like, ain't no way. I don't care how grown you are with a T, okay? I don't care how grown you is. Some stuff, I just can't. It sends me.
So, as I said before, I served in the U.S. Navy for 8 years, right? And during that time, I was stationed at Naval Base and...
Sorry, we're down one pipe. I was going to say that shout out to you for being military. Like, thank you for your service. Back to the video.
on 32nd Street, for those of you who know. After my time in the Navy, and because housing was, and still is, so expensive in California, I decided to move to a state where housing is more affordable and with a warm weather, right? That's when I decided to move to Texas. And Houston was my city of choice. But then, after I saw what Hurricane Harvey did to the city of Houston in 2017, I changed my plans. Do you guys
I'm
remember
glad you
Hurricane
did.
Harvey in 2017? After I saw that, I decided to move to San Antonio instead of Houston. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It seems like hurricanes and massive floodings would have been the least of my concern had I moved to Houston. I mean, these STDs rate in Houston are out of control. Lord has mercy on them.
Shout outs to you. Shout outs to you for no. Shout outs to this content creator once again. Thank you for your service, for what you did in the military, and for serving our country. But like I said, the woman in the red shirt, I like her video a lot because she broke it down of why Houston is the most trifling cities in the world because of people out here causing havoc and havoc with these STD rates. And they don't even care who you give it to. And like she said, you got a nice booty on Instagram. I like your picture. You like my picture. Let's link up and smash. You think that having sex with a stranger wasn't bad enough, but you don't know what that person's, you don't know what that person's background story is. If that person has something, you better stay the hell away from them. Because if not, it's your fault for even getting involved in this mess. So, accountability is kryptonite to a lot of people, but mostly women. Because they're known for spraining their legs and going out clubbing and having sex with a guy, having sex with guys in general. And you wonder why a lot of these dudes that don't want their girl going in these girls' trips with their whole best friends. And you know what's going to happen if they go on these girls' trip. Think about that. I've seen videos of women recording themselves calling their boyfriends after they broke up with them because you chose to disregard your boyfriend's wishes by going to these girls' trips with your whole friends. I know this video is going to get demonetized. I don't care. I'm just telling you the truth of why you should always have a gut feeling within. No. You should always make sure that you should have trust within your gut to know what your partner's up to. And if they're willing to choose whole face over you in a relationship, leave them. Break up with them. Take a break and focus on yourself. Get fit and get healthy and get your mind right. So, at the end of the day, please wrap it up. Don't get yourself caught up in this mess. If you live in Houston, I pray that y'all can just somehow just be safe out there. Shout outs to Ross and Dub and the Clutch. They're from Houston. I pray for them as well. So, yeah. What y'all thoughts on this, man? Links to the original video will be down below.